This is a presentation for members of the Public Employees Retirement System and Teachers Pension and Annuity Fund to discuss how to purchase service credit and what types of service credit are eligible to be purchased. As with all of our presentations, this is simply a general presentation. It is not meant to replace any information on our website. If you require more specific information, visit the website and see fact sheet number 1 or fact sheet number 2 or contact our office. Since your retirement allowance is based in part on the amount of service credit you have in your account at the time of retirement, there are several types of service credit that are available for purchase in the pension systems. Only active members are eligible to purchase service credit, and you must use the MBOSS system to file your purchase application. These are the types of service credit that are eligible to be purchased. During this presentation, we will discuss these types of service credit in more detail. For temporary service, it is important to note that this does not mean that you were a temporary employee. It simply means that you were not enrolled in the pension system. If you had service that was continuous and was immediately preceding your being enrolled into the pension system, you may be eligible to purchase this. For example, if you were enrolled 6 months after you were hired because you were hired provisionally, you should apply to purchase this service credit. One of the most common types of purchases is that of a leave of absence without pay. You may purchase up to 2 years for a personal illness and up to 3 months for a personal reason. For maternity, you are allowed to purchase up to 3 months for the actual maternity unless you are under doctor's care, and you may be able to purchase an additional 3 months under personal reasons for child care. Another type of purchase is called former membership. This allows a member to purchase time from a former membership in one of the New Jersey pension systems. This account must either be closed or expired, and the member may not be collecting or eligible for a benefit from the former account. So for example, you worked for XYZ Township 20 years ago and left your account there and moved to the private sector. Now you're back in service at another township. You should apply to purchase that time and add it to your current account. Out-of-state service is very similar to former membership, except in that the service was rendered with a public employer outside of New Jersey, and this service would have been eligible for enrollment in one of our pension systems. There is a 10-year maximum on how much time you can purchase, and of course, there can be no benefits payable from that other plan. Keep in mind that any new applications for out-of-state purchase after November 2nd, 2008 will not be credited towards your service credit for health benefits in retirement. It will still count towards your pension. It will just not count towards your health benefits. Uncredited service is just like what it sounds. It's service for which you should have been enrolled in the pension system but were not enrolled. If a member had formerly worked for the United States government in a position that would have been eligible for enrollment in one of the New Jersey pension systems, they may be eligible to purchase up to 10 years of that time. Of course, there can be no benefits payable from that plan, or they cannot be collecting from that plan. As with out-of-state service, since November 2nd of 2008, any new applications for U.S. government service would not count towards your years of service for health benefits. If you served in the United States military, you may be eligible to purchase up to 10 years of your active duty service time. In order to figure out your cost to purchase, we use a factor based on your nearest age. Therefore, it is always better to purchase service credit when you are younger rather than older. We also use your highest salary in the pension system. Most often that is your current salary, and of course the amount of time that you are purchasing. There is an online calculator which will allow you to figure out approximately what it will cost you to purchase your service credit. There are two types of costs associated with buying service credit. The first and most common is shared cost. With shared cost, you're responsible for half of the cost, and the employers in the pension system are responsible for the other half. Some purchases, however, are full cost purchases, where you are responsible for both sides of the cost. Those are local retirement system service, U.S. government service, and U.S. military service. Service credit processing time varies depending on which type of service credit you are purchasing. We do all the legwork for you. We contact the employers if we need to verify your service, and we only notify you if we need something additional from you. Once you receive your quote letter, keep in mind that it is optional to purchase the service credit. You will have 90 days from the date on the letter to authorize your quote. If you're getting multiple quotations, you must authorize each one individually. If you don't want to purchase the service, you can just ignore the letter and the quote will expire. If your quote expires and you need to get a new quote, you can contact our office and we can do that for you. On your quotation letter, you will see the options for paying for the purchase. You can always make a lump sum payment of the total amount or a portion of the total amount. You can pay it through payroll deductions, either the entire amount or whatever you didn't pay through a lump sum payment. Realize that payroll deductions must be paid off before you can collect a retirement allowance. You can also roll over monies from a qualified plan, like your deferred compensation or your tax-sheltered annuity or an old 401k from a private sector job that you may have had. If you have additional questions about purchasing service credit, please visit our website and look for fact sheet number 1 and fact sheet number 2. Thank you very much.